Good day everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are hovering around the world circuits. We're off to America's Trail Mountain and we're going to take on the Redbull X2019 Nations Cup. As you can see, we've completed it before, but we've never actually done a video. Top prize is 200,000. We just need to change to select the right car. We're going to take the Redbull X competition 2019, not the 25th anniversary. As you can see there, it has 804 brake horsepower. Actually trial mounting, 14 laps of the trial mounting circuit. Settings for the car will be, I think we're going to run softs on all around. That gives us a PP of 957.12. Racing softs front and rear. Majority of this car is fixed, you can't do a lot with it. So everything is default on the suspension. We've set the rear differential to 555. Downforce at the front is set to 931, 1440 on the rear. Fully customizable ECU with nothing taken away from it. The transmission is set to 400. I've not done anything with it, that's default, we've just made it long. No turbocharger, nothing else added. We've got the brake balance set all the way to the front. We've got nothing else added. It's relatively standard. Settings for our assists will be traction control 1, default ABS, everything else off. And controller settings, controller steering 5, force feedback max torque 7, force feedback sensitivity 7. And I believe this is going to be one of the races in this week's weekly races. So if we're opportunistic enough, we can get this out there for you to watch if you're struggling. So with a rolling start, let's give it a shot. Let's see where we go. We're starting in 10th place. So here we go then, folks. We're going to try one stopper. We've got brake balance all the way to the front. We've got the fuel map. We think we're going to be absolutely fine with fuel. We're going to charge on through the pack. Going to pit on the start of lap 8. We're going to try and make as many gains as we can. We've got a setup here that allows the car to be driven almost flat out at most of these fast corners. Got a very twitchy rear end, so we've just adjusted the gearing. You'll think the gearing's very long, but what you'll have to understand is that this is to try and counteract the real high power and lightweight car we've got. And the less the rear is sliding, the less tyre wear it's going to get. Tyres are going to be pretty critical up to the halfway point, and we're going to try and undercut these boys. These boys are probably going to run a slightly longer line, slightly longer first stint, and we're going to be chasing back to try and improve the process, try and gain back what we lose through the pit stop. So we've just caught Mr. Lim, Mr. Brooks in front. We're in 8th place with some 8 seconds off the leader, and we're just going to dive and carve our way through. We're not going to try and bully the AI on this. We're just going to try and be as fast as we can. First to the apex is going to win, but we're not going to overly bully them. Now this is the corner to watch out for. Too early on the throttle, you can have it facing the wrong way very quickly, and you don't want to get in front of this AI when they start to try and spin you out. So as we charge on through, we're just gonna keep the foot flat down. 4th gear, now 5th, absolutely flying on the brakes. Up the back of Mr. Murdoch. Now critically, if we can get behind one of these cars for the next section. Oh, we slammed Mr. Murdoch, that wasn't brilliant. The fastest lap of the race is a 1:33.012, very rare to get an opening lap fastest lap. But if we can stay on the back of Mr. Beauvoir here, we've got a chance of picking up a draft. They're very quick away from here because they don't have the length of gearing we do, so we will improve at the top end here. We should be pushing 200. There we go, 210, and we're still going to go 2nd gear to make it down to this corner. A bit of brake slamming, gear slamming. There we do, we're up into 3rd. So we are 1.075 up on our fastest lap. Anything 132 dead is going to be exceedingly quick. But we can get that with the draft going up that hill, so Mr. Serrano and Mr. Drummond just up there. We're going to try and stay with them. There's a 1:32.6. That gives us a decent lap, but it's not really where we want it to be. We want to be 1:32 dead-ish. 4 seconds off the lead. So this is one of 4 or 5 X-Bull races. We were doing these races a couple of weeks ago to try and complete the game. Oh, ouch. That shouldn't have happened. We lost the front end a wee bit there. We lost the run through. Thankfully this car is quite recoverable. It bounces well off the wall. No damage in this race, which is also good. There's a little bit of forgiveness. Just allowed us to slip up his inside. Chase Mr. Drummond now. So rear tyres are starting to look like they're cutting up. That rear right is just starting to show more signs than the rear left. This is lap 3. 4 more laps to go until we're thinking about pitting. So we're 3.2 seconds down. See if we can collect those seconds as we make our way through this race. Don't want to give any penalties away. That's extremely quick through there. Let the car run out the corner. Don't hold it in and keep it tight. It's highly likely you'll let it spin that way. Now if we can keep with Mr. Drummond here, there's an opportunity to get that run up the hill. His gearing is different, as we explained, and we might just struggle up the hill without the tow. That last lap was a 1:33.043. We're just with him. Fastest lap of the race is still ours. Trying to put some heat through the front tyres. Oh, we just gave him a little love there. Oh no, 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 no. See if we can make up for that. That's what happens when you push the rears too hard. You can see that right rear is now heated up and it's spinning. So we've got to get and cool it down. So we'll do that with traction. We'll drop back to 4 seconds. So we're going to change up a little bit early, rather than pushing the tyres all the way to the end. What I'm discovering with the game is that the heat cycle through the tyres is quite important. The hotter they get, the less grip they get. We don't have any way, unless you've got an external app, of knowing those tyres, those tyre temperatures. So we were quite lucky with that spin, weren't we? Now these Redbull X2019 races are not easy. If you want to flick it onto easy and give it a crack on that, you'll find out it is. But on the hard, they are a real challenging race. They're a great race too. Got to do 2 more laps on these tyres. We're going to try and run this corner slightly slower down the bottom in 2nd gear, rather than pushing it in first. Just want to ease off cooking that back tyre. It's looking a bit painful. Don't mind pushing the left rear, but you can feel the back end go. Well, we've cooked 2 seconds back there. That last lap was a 1:35.476, which we had a double spin. There, the back end going again, back to 2nd. Let's see if we can conquer that. Lap 5. We've got 5, 6 and 7. 3 laps to go. it's going to be tremendously difficult with the tyres wearing the way that they do, but let's see what we can do here. Pit stop is going to be our saviour. We tried to push the fastest lap very early, and that was probably our downfall. So we're back with him. So 5th gear coming up the hill. We are just in the edge of his draft at 0.57 back. Now I wonder. We've done extremely well to get here, but that right rear is looking extremely rough. We're moving on to lap 7, so we've just got to get the car through this last lap. Just going to give way there, is it? No. We are being caught from behind, so see if we can get the toe off Mr. Drummond down here, and then we're going to manage this car all the way to the pits. There's a 1:31.8, but Serrano puts in a 1:31.3. That's a stunning lap. Just checking on the braking there for Mr. Drummond, who is braking on the apex. Just going to lean on him, just going to take the weight for that tyre. Short shift up just to reduce any pressure that there could be on that tyre spinning up. So we're gonna try and take the early stop. These guys are going. Oh, all right. We're gonna get the draft here. We've got a car behind us. So he's going to get the draft off us. We're going to draft off Drummond. We're going to go very, very quickly up here. 5th gear, over 200 mile an hour. Easily done. 6th, 210. Just going to watch out for the car coming from behind. Now we're going to take to the pits. We're not going to take any fuel. We've got plenty left. Oh, have we bounced off the curb there? The rear let go. Just need to be nice and gentle through here, then head to the pits. There we go. We've just given Mr. Drummond his head 1.25 ahead. Softs, no fuel. And it's not a very long pit stop here. It doesn't take long for the car to get in. We anticipate the car being stationary for probably 7 seconds at the most. All we're going to do is change tyres. We pull into the pit box. We're 6th, now down to 9th as cars come past. And we're away, stationary for 6.617 seconds. We've got a new pair of boots on, softs. We come out in 12th position. So now we've got to do all that work again. We fell 2 places behind where we were. But we've got to understand that these guys are probably going to pit as well. If not, we've got to fight our way all the way back to the front without killing the tyres like we did in the first session. Let's see if we can do it more strategically, so that we leave ourselves a little bit at the end, so we're not fighting all the way to the end. Mr. Benelli there just took the full weight of our car as we went round the corner. That was a little rude, probably. Mr. Drummond and Mr. Beauvoir have just made the turn at the far end of the circuit, so that's the gap. We've now got to watch for these guys to pit. We're hoping we've not necessarily undercut, but it's kind of overcut. We are going to take the pit, try and beat them round, and we're going to try and not have a problem in traffic. We need to try and go as quick as we can through these boys. Oh, so much more grip there on these new tyres. Drummond and Serrano goes to the pit, leaving Beauvoir out the front. Miazano goes to the pits. Brooks carries on. We chase down after him. Just got to watch this car on the gear slam as you come down. It's not going to brake very well in the gears. You've got to do a lot on the brake pedal. So Beauvoir is 13 seconds ahead. He's going to be out there alone, struggling for grip on tyres. Somebody's coming out the pits. Is that Drummond? Yes, so he He actually undercut it. Oh, we absolutely slammed him there. He braked through the apex. He actually beat us out of the pit, so he had a good run. Which tells us, oh, he's come back at us. Which tells us, oh, don't brake on me. Come on. Over braking for corners, that's poor. It's poor of me for slamming into his anus. But the way things are going, 13 seconds to Beauvoir. Is that the length of time it takes to pit? We've got no draft here. We're going to be harassed by the cars behind us. They're going to catch us. We have to push on. We're some 10 mile an hour down on where we would be normally. We come through here. Power on, power on. Try and keep the rears on the ground. Keep the traction. Don't want the wheel spin. The wheel spin causes unnecessary tyre loss. So Beauvoir's gone to the pits. This is it. This is the critical bit now. He doesn't have to do this long dog leg down here. He just runs straight into the pits, pulls over, goes stationary, 6 seconds. He's going to take tyres and no fuel, same as we did. There he is on 50%. So we've got 58. Where is he going? Is he moving yet? He's not moving. We're past him. We're good. We have the lead. We've now got to be in a position where we manage these tyres to the end. Absolutely fly the car down here. See if we can maintain that 3.4 second lead. We're on lap 10. Fastest lap is still with Mr. Serrano, 1:31.398. Oh! I just looked up to see there we were up on the lap time by 0.9 something. So that would have been fastest lap in our grasp, but we bunted a wall. We're 0.5 down on his fastest lap, but it's Mr. Beauvoir chasing us down. We are 3.3 seconds ahead, and he's eroding into that. We've got to just charge away as much as we can to try and keep them behind us. There's two places where we're going to do that. This part of the circuit, and then at the end of the start-finish straight, where we're going to keep the power on, and they're going to brake for every apex. So we've just pulled out to 3.6 seconds. We don't want to spin the car here. We've got to be cautious on the rears. So 4 laps to go. We have not beaten the fastest lap. We are some way off our fastest lap. There we go. Going to charge through these apexes. No real lift for the corner. Just going to throw the car through them. That's what the extra downforce is for. Just to allow us to do that at speed. There's the shadow as the sun comes through the shadow there. That's your braking marker. Everybody loves a good environmental braking marker, so it moves on you. Using the gears to slow the car down there, not the brakes. We don't want the car to slide. But we can now start to see the right rear is just starting to show that wear. 3.2 seconds in the lead. Mr. Beauvoir, is he getting assistance from Mr. Drummond? Are they running line astern and using that to reel us in? 2.8 seconds down. Oh, they are catching. Could be our fastest lap if we keep this going. Mr. Murdoch puts in the fastest lap, a 1:38.06. They really are chasing down. They are pushing us for everything that we've got. .6 seconds in the lead at this point. There's a whole chain of what looks 9 cars behind us. A 1:31.390. That would have been the fastest lap almost before Mr. Murdoch. Mr. Drummond's put in a 1:29.647. Holy chipotle, they really are chasing us down. We've got to keep this going and pay attention to those that tyre wear on that rear right. 2.89 seconds. as we go purple by 1/4 of a second again. Second gear. We're down to less than 2 seconds behind us. We should be able to see them in the rearview mirror. I can't see them yet as they come out of the shadow and into the light. Same's going to happen here. We're 10 mile an hour down on where we would be with the draft. So we know those cars behind us are running much quicker. Running as a pair, 1.39 seconds back. Still putting in faster laps because we're shedding fuel weight. And the tyres are lasting just that little bit longer, so 2 laps to go at the end of this lap, and those rears are looking like they're in pain. We've already had an incident this race, we don't need another one. We've managed to recover that quite well. The back end is starting to show and feel that it's getting a bit loose. 1 second in the lead. Mr. Drummond is pushing for us. He's got those fastest laps coming in. We're going to absolutely bomb these apexes. No let up. That's open to 1.2. 1.7 that got to. Lap 13 of 14. .9. There he is, we can see him now clearly with his headlights on. I've got a bit of an itchy head. I'm going to run the blocking line. I'm going to give him the inside. Look at the amount of draft he used from us there. So he goes back to the lead. Just sponged the brakes to allow us to get alongside him. Then we kind of put him into immortal danger where he was going to take the wall on. We made him make that choice as to whether he would slow down and back off. Hopefully his tyres have taken an absolute pasting. We're just getting a little bit of slip as we come out of corners now. Just going to be a little bit careful coming around this corner here. We don't want to give him the advantage coming over the hill. He's coming, he's got the draft. I'm going to send him out to the right. Has he got the turning on us? No, he hasn't. We've got that. We're going to bury the throttle and just absolutely wang those apexes. We do that. 0.6 ahead. .5 ahead. Last lap of the race. It's all going down to the wire. We're not on the fastest lap here. Half a second down. The rear tyres are really starting to suffer. He's going to get the run on us up the hill. We know that. We've got to do exactly the same thing to him. Just going to block him actually. Now I'm going to go to the inside line and give him that run down the outside, which we should have prevented by just wavering about in front of him. He's given us a tap. That's enough to block him and stop him. Just overly defending, probably not the fairest of ways. But if that's all it takes, that's all it takes. Last lap, last critical corners coming up here. He's coming back at us. Oh, he almost punted us. So one last brake session into these corners. And now we've got to run for the line. Second gear. Just got to watch where he goes. We've got him. And there it is. Not the most comfortable of finishes, but there it is. The victory that you're going to need to take on next week's weekly race. We're 22 minutes, 21.58.010. Single stationary stop. The tyres only on lap 7. Fastest lap went to Mr. K. Drummond. We didn't lap anybody, but we were some 1 minute and 8 seconds ahead of everybody else. That'll deliver bank balance 200,000. No clean racing bonus. Really expect it for the defending of that position, but there we are, folks. It's the race done. And with that, many thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for supporting the channel. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. I haven't seen if we've been anywhere near to that this time round. But there's Mr. Lopez now. Just going to put the pressure on. Oh, we're just going to spin it out, aren't we? Just going to... We've just been spun by the boys. What an absolute Dirk Muller.